morning. Gonna take you outside some point today. We're working on some firewood. I can't do a whole lot. I had back surgery 3 weeks ago, so leaning over and picking up any stuff is, still a problem. But we've got some sawhorses out there set up with a little chop saw, and I've just been chopping branches. Mostly it's mulberry stuff, but stuff that kind of cleans up our grove out there and our pasture that we run the cows in. Right now I've only got one cow out there. We've got 3 off getting bred with their calves, and this one here is going to be butchered. She ended up open, so we'll end up taking her to the butcher in February. This is just our kitchen. We do burn wood. That's our primary and only source of heat, really, outside of some electric heaters, infrared heaters. But we'll see. It's pretty nice out today, relatively. Yesterday was in the 50s. Today, mid-30s. Tomorrow and Sunday's in the 50s as well. So hopefully we're going to get, before we get more snow and more cold weather here in Nebraska, we get ahead of the firewood situation. I think I've got 5 or 6 loads. We burn 10 to 15 pickup loads of firewood every winter. 10 on the mild winters, 15 on your really nasty winters. And sometimes... sometimes I have excess at the end of the year. Usually we burn it all, and we just try and stay up with it. But anyway, got lots of kids to help, so that project ends up being something I don't have to face solo like I did, 10 or 12 years ago. But anyway, hope you enjoy what we put together here today. Adios. Gonna plug in. We got our tank heater, so we have electricity right here, and I've got about 100 foot of electric cord run out into the woods here with some sawhorses and chop saw out there, so we can just chop up some small branches. And I think when we're done we'll end up with a full pickup load. This stuff burns really hot. It's all old mulberry, which is just hard as a rock, so we'll see. So you kind of see our setup here. We did this pile to our left yesterday, and my wife Aline got quite a bit ahead of me with the branches. It's not bad. She brings the branches, I grab them and just stand here and chop them up, and it's slowly piled up. There's probably a good half a pickup load now, and I'm going to tear into it for a little while and just show you. Instead of just cleaning this stuff up and starting a brush pile, why not burn this stuff? And plus we're trying to get it cleaned up to where these cows can get underneath here and the grass grows, instead of just all these dead branches around. Get a little more brome coming up in here is what we're hoping for. This is about a 20-year-old saw, but it does the trick, so here we go. Safety glasses. Aha! Electricity would help. A couple of years ago I did this with a wife because she really likes chopping these. She'll do this herself. We'll load up a pickup full of stuff that's, small, and she'll just spend an afternoon just chopping it up with the chop saw, and it's something to do. Then you're not having to lean over, which is great for me right now, but something I can do. I see the cows over here. But we would just I took a generator with me, fired up the generator, plugged in the chop saw, and she stood and chopped wood while I was cutting the bigger stuff. We haven't done that this winter, but it does work pretty good. It's another method of just taking advantage of some of the smaller, like when you get into hedge trees or mulberry, the stuff's so good that even the small stuff burns good. So I suggest taking advantage of it. This cow's so lonely without her girlfriends here. She's going to come over. I'm sure we'll see her in the camera. She's going to come over and hang out, I'll bet you. We'll see. Well, since I can't run a chainsaw, this ain't a bad way to spend a little time. I'm going to probably shut this video off for now. You've probably seen enough of me. I'll speed some of this up when I do the actual editing stuff, I think. But, you know, we'll probably have an hour and a half, maybe 2, and none of it needs to be split into a full pickup load of firewood. So there's 1/12 of my winter's burning in a couple of, you know, half-hour, 45-minute sessions. And we're cleaning up this pasture as well. And it'll allow some of these other younger trees to grow up. I've got some hackberries back here. There's elm. Well, there is more mulberries too. But I love to see the hackberries come up. Hackberry's such a gorgeous tree. In here I've got mostly cedars, and there's a ton. I mean, I bet I could get 5 or 6 pickup loads out of here if I really got down to business. But I really just kind of want to clean up underneath the trees and have it look a little nicer, as well as getting something done that is not too heavy for me. You know, maybe as the weeks progress, I can get back into doing, you know, the normal stuff that I'm used to doing. But alrighty, peace, over now.